Hello, Cowboys Nation. Welcome back to the Portal Dallas Cowboys News Fan Channel, your go-to source for everything happening with America's team. We're diving deep into the latest Dallas Cowboys news, and today we've got a blockbuster topic that could redefine our defense. We're talking about the persistent buzz linking the Dallas Cowboys to a potential trade for one of the league's most disruptive pass rushers, Haason Reddick. This is the kind of Dallas Cowboys news that gets every fan excited, thinking about the possibilities. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the notification bell so you don't miss any of our breaking Dallas Cowboys news updates. For weeks now, the NFL rumor mill has been buzzing with speculation about Haason Reddick's future. While he's been a dominant force, particularly as an edge rusher, for the Philadelphia Eagles, there have been consistent reports about his availability for a trade. And naturally, when a player of Reddick's caliber becomes available, or even rumored to be, the Dallas Cowboys are always going to be mentioned as a potential suitor. Why? Because the Cowboys are always looking to elevate their roster, and adding a proven, disruptive force on defense is always a priority. Let's break down why Haason Reddick makes so much sense for the Cowboys, despite the hurdle of acquiring him from a division rival. Reddick is an absolute sack machine, consistently putting up double-digit sack numbers in recent seasons. He brings relentless pressure, has a knack for getting to the quarterback, and can create turnovers. Imagine pairing that kind of consistent pressure with Micah Parsons and DeMarcus Lawrence. That's a nightmare scenario for opposing offensive lines. The Cowboys' defense has been good, but adding that extra layer of consistent, high-level pass rush could transform them into truly elite. We're talking about a unit that could genuinely dictate games and make life miserable for opposing quarterbacks. The Cowboys have a strong defensive core, but you can never have too many playmakers, especially those who can affect the game from the edge. Reddick's versatility is also a huge asset. He can play standing up as an outside linebacker or with his hand in the dirt as a defensive end, giving defensive coordinator Dan Quinn, or whoever is calling the plays, a lot of flexibility in schemes and alignments. He understands how to rush the passer, but he's also solid against the run and can drop into coverage when needed. This isn't just about adding sacks, it's about adding a complete defensive weapon who can improve the entire unit. Now, let's address the elephant in the room, the Eagles. Trading within the division is rare, especially for a player of Reddick's impact. The Eagles would likely demand a premium, and the Cowboys would need to be willing to pay that price in terms of draft capital and potentially restructure Reddick's contract. However, if the price is right, and if the Cowboys truly believe he can be the missing piece for a Super Bowl run, then it's a move worth exploring. The Dallas Cowboys news cycle has been dominated by questions about how this team can get over the hump, and acquiring a player like Reddick could be part of that. Answer: it shows a commitment to winning now. The Cowboys' decision-makers have always prioritized adding talent, and with key defensive needs always being evaluated, a player of Reddick's caliber certainly fits the mold. This isn't just a simple free agency signing. It's a strategic move that would signal a clear intent to dominate defensively. It would send a message across the league that the Cowboys are serious about contending and are willing to make aggressive moves to achieve their goals. This Dallas Cowboys news has the potential to shake up the entire NFC East. Guys, I can't handle all the excitement with this news about Haason Reddick and our beloved Dallas Cowboys anymore. Seriously, every time I see a rumor like that, my fan heart races. Thinking about Reddick wearing the blue and silver is something that makes me daydream. We know that our defense has plenty of talent. Micah Parsons is a monster. DeMarcus Lawrence still delivers a lot, but just imagine adding a guy with Reddick's intensity. The opposing offense would have nightmares before even stepping onto the field. I always tell everyone that we need more people who know how to get to the quarterback. Reddick is a specialist in that. He doesn't just get there, he gets there with force, with aggression, and we see in his games how much he unbalances the play. Having him and Micah on the same line, coming from different sides, would be hell for the NFL QBs. They wouldn't even have time to think they'd have to release the ball quickly or they'd become pancakes on the field. And the coolest thing is that he also knows how to play against the run and even in coverage when needed. So he's not just a sack artist, he's a complete player who raises the level of the entire defense. Of course, my rational fan side reminds me that he's on the Eagles, right? Our division rival, and that a trade like that would be mega difficult. It would cost some important draft picks and maybe a fat contract. But you know what? If it's to bring in a guy who can take us to the Super Bowl, who can make the difference between reaching the playoffs and winning the Lombardi, I'll pay. We're tired of coming close, right? Of seeing the team have a good campaign in the regular season and then disappear in the playoffs. A bold move like this with Reddick shows that the front office really wants to win, not just compete. So, while nothing is official, the mere thought of Haason Reddick in a Cowboys uniform is enough to get any fan dreaming big. This kind of Dallas Cowboys news is exactly what we live for, debating the pros and cons and imagining the possibilities. Whether this trade ever materializes remains to be seen, but the speculation itself highlights the Cowboys' ongoing pursuit of defensive dominance. We'll be keeping a close eye on all developments, bringing you the fastest and most accurate Dallas Cowboys news right here. Thank you for tuning in to the Portal Dallas Cowboys News Fan Channel. Make sure to subscribe and check out our other videos for more insightful analysis and all the latest Dallas Cowboys news. Go Cowboys!